Hey, well, I just wanted to come on and wish you all a Merry Christmas. That's to all my followers who celebrate, and if you don't, I hope you have a lovely break. I also wanted to extend and say a massive thank you and a massive show of my appreciation for my little corner of the internet over here and my hub, my home of TikTok. It's been crazy, it's been insane, and I want to thank you for all your love and your support and your encouragement of my words of rhyme, although I go off in a tangent most of the time, as I just bring you my thoughts, my feelings, my opinions, like a true movie review placed out of celebrities that choose to place themselves in front of me for my emotional response. And that's what I give. You know, I came here due to the Amber Heard Johnny Depp court case, and oh my God, I was magnetically drawn as I was starting to see like a fly on the wall. I was starting to listen to the abuse that I know so well, but it wasn't in the same tone because this was a female's tone against a man, but the mainstream would not leave it alone. It had to be the man. But as a mom to two sons, my heart skipped a beat as I just couldn't. I had to speak, you know? I was a girl. I was watching my mom abused by a man. That doesn't mean that it's like this every day, every story that goes round. Abuse is abuse. A victim is a victim. And male versus female, there's no room for this, you know? People just simply need to speak and acknowledge the truth when all the evidence is placed out in front of them. And from that grew the aftermath, you know, because in that meantime of me seeping out words, this place was growing like an NHS symptom checker at the same minds, all stalking a case to hear his pain, to feel their own, to shed a tear for another in another home, but also to let a couple of hours go. And then that brought me over to here to Sean Atwood and Paula M, encouraging me to start up my own YouTube. And I did. And then we had the Prince of my country and the most spectacular fail of all time as we witnessed the biggest betrayal of a lifetime. As we all understood to a certain degree, this going to find free privacy. We knew, as in growing up as a child, that was the biggest pullback for him in his royal life. But little did we know that by the looks of it, in the background, he'd been on the phone to Oprah Winfrey as we all had to sit in our homes as we watched them sit on a sofa, knowing Prince Philip was in a hospital bed, as we all listened in as they spoke words of hate, as Harry almost overnight became this new leader of the anti-monarchy, as the Sussex squad grew legs and we were watching the hate and berate come for Catherine and her children, the Waleses, as King Charles had done nothing but wronged him. But I couldn't relate to that because I'd watched Harry's worst days alongside William as they said goodbye in that way. But I watched him walk past that. I watched him smile again. I watched him be happy again as Catherine came into the fold like the three amigos as they were trying to help the damage of mental health as they came together, smiles all around. In that video of Harry next to his gran dropping the mic with a smile so proud. But he didn't quite drop the mic when he wanted to drop his family and sell them to the highest bidder like he did, as Netflix swooped in. In fact, that boomerang of hate swooped around his family, then landed right back on their laps, as we now see that Polo has been the biggest fail, as the cooking show no doubt will be a no-show, and we don't believe that anytime soon that Harry will be meeting Meghan by a lake. And I've got no doubt in my mind that Netflix were happy. They bagged the prince of all time. Not that he was anything different to his brother. because people just see them as Harry and William, William and Harry. There was no heir and spare. They were Diana's children, Charles's too, the two sons that we couldn't wait to marry someone and bring in Diana's legacy through to fruition. That was it. But Netflix bagged the prince that was willing to sell his family out like this. And no doubt that Netflix have got a massive headache on what to do with these two next. And no doubt 2025 will speak what we all think in our minds. And we think, where are you? You know? As we all get ready to embark on these special days of Christmas time, family time, Harry and Meghan's favourite verse, and we just think you may have a massive mansion in Montecito. And no doubt within that massive mansion, you've got a gigantic dining table to seat so many. But who is sat next to you on Christmas Day as you tuck into your dinner? Are your children running around with their cousins, meeting their aunties and uncles? No, they're not. Are Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey around you? Ellen DeGeneres, the people that you thought had befriended you? They used you. And you were willing to be brought for the highest figure as you sold your family down the river. And no matter what people go through and they get hurt by their family, they would never go to the lengths and extreme we've watched these people go to. And I see a headline the other day of, do you feel sorry for Harry and Meghan? And I think a lot of people do at this point, but not from a caring angle. The fact that unwilling and unable to maneuver and grow, because 6 years on, they still seem to be sat in the same place as the day they jumped on that plane to go and find free, as they still try and cash in those titles they got for free, as they still continue to hurt their family, as they still demand security, as they still want to hang on to Hollywood and celebrity, a very shallow and hollow existence. So as we all are about to embark on these next 3 days, a celebration with family around us, but also be aware that not all are in this position, in this space, in time, and some would have really had to have isolated and disassociated and cut their family out of their life because of the wrongs they actually did to them. Some may be wanting to hold their dad or their moms in their arms because they've lost them and feel the grief of not having them around. Yet we've got two people who could have their family around them if they just showed a bit of humility, a bit of responsibility in what they brought to their family and how their family can no longer trust them, you know? So that's just my little roundup as I just summarise pretty much the same as what I speak on, but in a special Christmas kind of way, as I do wish a Merry Christmas to you and yours way. And again, thank you for all your love and support and your understanding that I can't post as much, but I do when I can. And Merry Christmas, and soon I'll be back.